You know what? Could a pelican poke my eye out right now? Because that would be better. Hi, welcome to TipsyTalkTV. Today we're talking about The Bachelor, Bachelor Ben, Fantasy Suites.
Ooh. Cheers.
Cheers.
They're in the Bahamas. Not only are they in the Bahamas, they're at fucking Sandals. Sandals. Like, does anybody watch The Office? Like, Michael Scott loves going to Sandals. You should not be at Sandals, guys, if Michael Scott loves to be there. Yeah, it does start out with Caila, and they're going down, like, a river, which sounds like an amazing time. Like,
would be really cool. I mean...
Then they go for drinks afterwards?
And they make... The editing makes it look like they're... being really awkward with one another, realizes that, you know, there's all these people in love with Ben, and she's one of them, and there's other women, and it's kind of gotten to her now, so she's being quiet, but...
Why did you go on The Bachelor then, sweetie, if you wanted this romantic fairy tale where it's just you and him?
Again, the fairy tale thing. It's a peaceful thing what they're doing. It's really a peaceful thing, and
it's very relaxing.
You know, I think that's a sign of a good couple, too, where you can just sit and... Be quiet with one another.
The difference with that is, though, is that there is one thing to be in each other's company and be content with silence. They were silent because there was nothing that they wanted, that they could talk about, because they don't know how to have a legitimate conversation with each other.
Right.
When it comes down to having a real relationship and having real talks.
Blue.
That's all you know about him. And that's all that you can say. So when it comes to things of substance, you go flat. And that's personally where I think that, you know, he kind of realized that Caila maybe wasn't for him. They were so cute. They drank out of, like, fresh coconuts afterwards, and it was adorable.
And then they wake up together in the fantasy suite.
Dude, like...
And did you get the impression that they slept together after that date?
I feel like they just had heavy make outage.
I don't know. Barely had a bathing suit on at when they laid down in the bed. She barely had clothes on. I mean, any red-blooded American, how old is he? 26-year-old man?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe 28, maybe.
That's a little rough on him.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Lauren B. and Ben going to next fantasy.
They went on the best date ever.
Oh, like, the little turtles. Yeah, that was so cute. They
helped little turtles get out to sea helping rescue baby sea turtles. They did that together. That is so bonding. It is so adorable. You can't get any better than that compared to, like, Caila's date.
But again, you don't have to talk about anything of substance while you're doing this little cute little date either.
No, it keeps you busy.
Right. He says Lauren B. is his dream girl, that she's too good for him, and she says, no, you're too good for me, and I'm too good for you.
Lauren says that she's in love with him. And he's like, I've known for a while that, like, I've loved you too. They're in this bliss of just like, oh, I love you. Oh, my God. It's just, I can't believe this is happening right now. This is just amazing. And so, yeah, then they get together in the fantasy suite, and they're like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, my God. And then they wake up the next day after the fantasy suite. We can safely assume that they boned, because... And they're just like, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, have a great day. I love you. Just gag me.
Have a great day with your other girlfriend.
I know.
Then we have our fantasy date with Jojo. And they're going in a helicopter again.
I know. Well, and they end up going to a waterfall.
Obviously, the waterfall is putting out a lot of noise. I mean, if you've ever been to a waterfall, you know it's loud. Maybe the conversation that they had at the waterfall wasn't intelligible enough to put on the TV show. Yeah. They did show snippets of them talking, and they were just sitting in the waterfall talking. Just seems like it's, do you agree with me or not agree with me? It just seems like to me that it's going to be Jojo and Lauren in the end, and he's going to ask Lauren, and then he's going to renege on it and go back to Jojo.
That has happened.
He's going to tell Jojo no, and then Jojo's the one in the end.
I mean, I sincerely hope so. I sincerely hope that he picks Jojo. I think in his mind, though, he's thinking, "Oh, Lauren's the one for me. She's
pick
obviously
the prettiest girl."
Yeah,
you're the 3 I love yous. So
wait, 3 I love yous. It's only
Caitlin,
Caila.
Caila says, I love you.
But nothing happens.
And he doesn't respond.
He's just like, oh, I'll make out with you because you love me.
Yeah, and he doesn't respond. So,
which that makes sense. Like we're used to that because with The Bachelor, typically they don't say it back.
So Lauren B says, I love you. And then he says, I love you back, which we're all kind of shocked at. Although we've seen it all in the previews, but we're still shocked. So we're supposed to be shocked. Okay, so then... when Lauren B says, I love you, she goes, well, I love you because blah, 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 blah.
Because she's just like, I'm like any guy I've ever met.
And, she has to go through this whole, like, I can see my life with you, blah, blah, I don't know. It's like this weird explanation of things that don't connect and don't make me feel like she really does love him. Now, when Jojo says...
It's so much more organic.
She says, I love you.
So much better.
And she just kind of like, I love you. And there's no like, I see you working at my dad's construction company. I love how you sell software. Or, your teeth are really white. Or, I don't know, what the fuck. It just, it's not, she doesn't do that. She just kind of, like, it just comes out and it feels natural and it feels like it comes from the heart. Yeah. And then he says, I love you back. And her reaction literally brings me to tears. What? It literally brings me to tears because she's like, what? You're not supposed to do that? Oh my God. I mean, her reaction is so genuine. Happy. And then after that moment, she starts to call him babe, which just warms me to the soul. It just adorable. Seems so natural and such a natural relationship.
It really does.
From her part, anyway. I know. It just when she starts calling him babe this, babe that, and in the morning she's like babe this, babe that. I'm like, oh my God, that's the sweetest thing ever.
I've been waiting for this day for so long.
So, cut to Caila, and she's like, I just want to go see him and just make time with him.
Yeah, so she goes to surprise him and is like, oh my God, I'm going to be like so cute. And then we're going to have this great extra day together. Meanwhile, Ben's talking to the camera like,
he's doing this.
I need to figure out how to break up with her. So I'm going to sit on the beach and be all melancholy while I figure out how to dump this.
Let a pelican poke my eye out.
She shows out. And he's like, oh, hey. What are you doing here?
You know what? Could a pelican poke my eye out right now? Because that would be better. I could go to the hospital and get out of this.
A huge-ass bird just like pick me up and take me away from the situation. I'd like that too.
Are pterodactyls still alive?
Yes, pterodactyl, yes.
Yes.
I think he was hoping for a pterodactyl.
Or a palm tree.
Yeah.
Why is this dog constantly bitching at us?
Where?
Come here.
Is there a hole over there?
Oh, it's right here. Excuse us while we throw the ball for the dog.
Oh, that's what you want.
It's a certain ball. It has to be a certain ball that's being...
And then he's like, I do care for you, but the other two relationships progressed more than yours did. So I do have to let you go. And she's like, I'm going to miss you. Wait! And she storms out of the car.
Black Suburban.
Yeah, she's like, so did you know that you were going to dump me? Like, that does make you think that maybe
they slept together.
Yeah. Did you know that you were going to dump me?
Did he sleep with all three of them? 3 nights in a row? Because that's kind of disgusting.
Dude, I hurt down there just thinking about that.
Right. She gets back out of the car and wants an exit. She figures she says, this is the best time for me to get my answer from you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was the actual words, but she wants closure right here, right now.
I think it's the only time we've ever seen
her maturity.
Be an adult ever.
Definitely. Good for Ben for breaking up with her and not making her stand at that stupid rose ceremony. But, he's had so many non-rose ceremonies at this point.
It was very awkward because they're just like, where's Caila? Where's Caila? Do you know where Caila is? I haven't seen Caila. Where is she? Yeah. And then Ben comes out and he's like, oh, by the way, both of you get a rose. And it's the most awkward time ever. It's like a pissing contest.
It is.
Because Lauren won't even talk to Jojo. Jojo's trying to be nice. Like, hey, do you remember that we were friends once? Yeah. And Lauren's like, yeah.
Yeah, Lauren's
like she's playing with her extensions right
here.
And she's like, yeah, like, I just don't know. That's what she says.
And Jojo's being, like, trying to break the awkward ice. And
Lauren's like, well, just so you know, here's to a great week with you and me. You know, really, and so it just turns into this pissing contest and Ben being like, yeah, I'm the man.
Jojo is genuinely...
She's genuinely
good person. Jojo and her background and how much money their family has and her success and obviously their wealth as a family.
Right.
She has her head screwed on way straight. Way straight, yeah. I must say.
I know. I have
Cheers to Jojo.
I know. Amen. Cheers to Jojo. Drink to that.
And we'll see you we'll see you in 2 weeks after. We're taking a break for
Women
Tell All.
Yeah.
You can figure that out on your own.
It's pretty self-explanatory, whatever. But we'll be back after that.
So for the final rose. Cheers.
Cheers.